Well, I'd already been through a little bit because my father and my parents have been pastoring since the day after they got married. So all my life I've been a PK.
Okay.
I got pregnant at 19 in college. So I faced that backlash of being the PK, you know how they say, we always in trouble.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing everybody else does, but I got pregnant. And so then when it came time for the divorce, I was actually pastoring one of our locations. So under the scrutiny of all that, you know, everybody figured I had done something wrong because I didn't sit down. So they wanted me to sit down, but it wasn't that I had done something wrong. We were young. I can look back now and say we were young. I didn't know me, he didn't know him. And as we progressed in life, you wake up and you look and you're like, what did I do?
Hey family, Willie Mo Jr. here, excited about another edition of the Love You More show. This conversation is going to be so fruitful for you. So do me a favor, stick around. We got a lot of different chapters that we're going to literally navigate through. I believe it's going to be beneficial to you. Here's the thing, 63% of you guys are not subscribed to this channel. I can't have that. Let me tell you what I need you to do. Subscribe to this channel quickly. You know why? Because these conversations are going to be so fruitful. And with your subscription, it actually tells the algorithm and YouTube world that, hey, this is beneficial. And if you feel like it's been beneficial to you, go ahead and join the family by simply subscribing. And here's the thing. If you're just a newcomer, seen something on TikTok, Instagram, somewhere, and you was like, man, let me see what's going on. Just trust me, it's fruitful. Okay, let's go ahead and get that out the way. And finally, I want to show love to my partners, RX Outreach. Family, we know that this crazy Medicare system has allowed so much extra fees to be put on your medicine that sometimes you ain't even taking your medicine. You just trusting the good Lord. Well, family, you do not have to just trust God. You can also have resources. If you can't afford your medicine anymore, I don't want you struggling with that cost. My friends at RX Outreach can get you your medicine for little to no cost. I'm serious about that. Sound too good to be true? Trust your nephew, Willie Moore Jr. All you got to do is go to rxoutreach.org. Yeah, right there. rxoutreach.org/Willie Moore Jr. Or call this little number right here. Put it right there, Shaquan. You see it? Bow. All right. Shout out to my friends at RX Outreach. Now, it's time for the episode. Flat out.
Love you more. Love you more. Love you more.
Well, we back in the saddle again. Come on, somebody. Family, you know I seen you on Instagram. I seen you on my YouTube short saying, Willie, you need to start talking to the ladies a little bit more. Let me tell you something. You right. I'm with you when you're right. And so today, listen, I'm doing my best to fulfill the request that many of you all had. Today, I get the opportunity to sit down with a powerhouse, a woman who is a woman of all women. She does her best to empower women, not only with her ministry biblically, but with her story. Now, today, I just found out that I've been saying her name wrong, but everybody say it wrong. She said only a handful of people actually say it right. I said, put your hand out like this right here. I put mine in there and I said, Willie Mo Jr. gonna say it right. Dr. Irishea Hilliard is in the house with us today. What's going on, Sid?
What's going on, bro?
Baby,
I made it.
You made it.
I made it.
You made it.
You know I can't sing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You can't?
but not really.
They say all preachers, you know why it took me so long to preach and stuff?
Why?
Because I was like, man, I am not going to be hooping like that.
Oh, I can't do that.
You don't hoop at the end?
No.
Say yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah. You don't do nothing.
Good thing he gave me other gifts besides that, because no.
You so
But
smart.
I can lead you in a praise.
You can praise. Okay.
We can praise God.
Good. Well, you look amazing.
Thank you.
And I want to
You too.
start by saying, I'm so proud of you.
Thank
I kind of
you.
watch from a distance, right? Because,
Yeah.
you know, Willie and Pretty Women get me in trouble. Don't want no trouble with people because they try to make you go viral. As soon as you seen he like 3 of her posts. I'm trying to just say, glory to God from a distance. Huh? Praise the Lord. But here on the Love You More show, we like to do what we call an icebreaker.
Okay, I watch. I'm
Okay.
a subscriber.
Come on, listen.
Uh-huh.
She is not a part of that crazy 63%.
Listen,
that
I'm
just
in the
look.
group to subscribe.
Hallelujah.
Mhm.
So with this icebreaker, we're going to start with, do clockwork for me. Check this out.
So wifey started counseling and she thought it would be a good idea for me to come to counseling. Man, don't nobody really want to do this. Cause I know she'd been telling this woman all my business. I walk into counseling. Dang. I didn't know her counsel was this fine. She been telling all my business. I walk in. Hey, ladies. Oh, I was at the wrong spot, and I thank you for joining us. Truly my honor. Willie Mo. Nice to meet you. My honor. This is my counselor, April. So nice to meet her. Wifey like, so glad you can make it, darling. It's truly my honor. You look amazing. You do too. Energy in the room a little tense. Wife done told my business. So, let's, talk this out. In front of her? Damn. I'm like, okay. You ready? I am. You know, whatever you want me to do, I'm with it. Are you gonna tell the truth? I promise I'm gonna tell the truth. You worth it. Her eyes lit up like a Christmas tree when I told her she was worth it, child.
Time waits for no man. But if I could turn back the hands of time, I would do you better. I just want you to know the love I have for you is like the clockwork. It never stops. This is Lag Out.
Now I am not a mind reader, but I can tell you're lonely, overlooked. But what's funny is I put a ring on your finger. We both said I do, but we both know the truth. That lately we've been feeling single, cause we don't take the time to love each other right. Preachers say we need communication. Tonight let's speak some love language. Oh, first off, since we said I do, in the sight of God we can do what we do. Second off, we don't need no phone. We don't waste time too long. So let me love you like clockwork. Like clockwork. Steady going like clockwork. Like clockwork. Until the end of time.
Well, somebody said Pretty Willie is back. I said, no, it's just Willie Mo Jr. I believe that there are so many nuances to relationships, and I see so many artists who get the opportunity to speak about it who don't serve God. So I promise you this, that when I do music, it will always be good enough that if Jesus sit on the right side right there in the car with me, I could turn it up and not be ashamed. So make sure that you go stream Clockwork. Now, Irishea, you see I got it right again.
You got it right. It's
Dr.
so funny.
Hilliard.
Oh God. Okay.
In the beginning of the conversation, in the beginning of the icebreaker, I got an opportunity to go to counseling.
Okay.
And it's kind of a simulation of what me and my former wife had to go through. We went through counseling. You were married for 12 years.
12 years.
What type of counseling did you all do to try to hold on before the official uncoupling?
You know, of course, my father's a pastor, so we tried to talk to them.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you have couple friends. And so we had couple friends, like accountability groups that we were connected to. And so we tried it all. I had even reached this place in my mind where I was like, Lord, if this is my lot in life, I'm all right. Like, because I've always had this desire, like, God, I just want to please you. So if this is my lot to be in this relationship, I'm going to figure out my part. So we tried several things.
Yeah. Well, let me take this out because listen, we start talking about relationships. I don't know what just happened. Turn the air on in here. Because Lord have mercy. Okay. So that had to be tough, right?
Yeah.
So this past few episodes, I've been sitting down with bishops and just really getting into the mind of bishops. I've realized just how much pressure and expectation the people at large have on people because they're Christians and their Christianity. It's like humanity is overlooked. What type of backlash did you get for being the bishop's daughter and now you have to go through uncoupling?
Well, I'd already been through a little bit because my father and my parents have been pastoring since the day after they got married. So all my life I've been a PK.
Okay.
I got pregnant at 19 in college. So I faced that backlash of being the PK, you know how they say, we always in trouble.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing everybody else does, but I got pregnant. And so then when it came time for the divorce, I was actually pastoring one of our locations. So under the scrutiny of all that, you know, everybody figured I had done something wrong. Because I didn't sit down. So they wanted me to sit down, but it wasn't that I had done something wrong. We were young. I can look back now and say we were young. I didn't know me. He didn't know him. And as we progressed in life, you wake up and you look and you're like, what did I do? And the person I am today is not the person I was when I walked down that aisle. And so once he left, I gave it a period because even my board stepped in because I was already on the trajectory of becoming the senior pastor. So my father had already declared that I would be his successor. And here I am going through a divorce. So my board says, hey, before you do anything, wait 90 days. Don't go file a paperwork. He's not in the house, but don't do anything. Don't date. Don't talk to anybody. Just be still for 90 days and then figure out what you want to do. So I submitted myself to the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you 19, you get pregnant. Do you marry? Is that kind of
No.
like something that they just put together? Because, you know, sometimes
No.
she pregnant, go and marry her.
No.
So that wasn't the
That was a
case.
whole nother person.
Okay, well, let's run to this
So before
question.
y'all judge me.
Come on.
That was a whole...
Don't judge. But I do have to ask, what was it like 19 and pregnant? And let me tell you this, you know, I like to build a bridge through testimony. Of course, I'm adopted.
Mhm.
And my mom she was pregnant at 17 and a half and then pregnant again at 19 with me.
Yeah.
And she made a strong decision, which was a promotion to me,
Yeah.
to give me the option to be adopted. And then, of course, I go on and get a beautiful forever family. Like, how much strength did it take you at 19 years old to say, hey, I'm going to keep this child? Because there are a lot of options out there.
A whole lot. I don't
Yeah.
know if I've ever shared this. So, you know, my mom, the Holy Spirit will bust you out. So I knew I was pregnant, but I hadn't told my mom. My mom calls me. It's finals in school. My grades are still good. I'm in college. And she says, one of your friends called and told me you were pregnant. Go get a pregnancy test. Well, I already knew I was pregnant, so I didn't need a pregnancy test. And so once they found out, it was like, what are you going to do? Well, I've always been very career focused, what I want to do. And I was like, a baby is not in the cards.
Mhm.
And so, you know, I got home from school and I was like, I'm putting him up for adoption.
Mhm.
And I mean, I did all the research. And my family, what we do when crisis happens, a lot of times we band together. And I think one of my sisters was like, well, I'll raise him. You're not going to put up a child in our family up for adoption. I'll raise him. And the independent, like, just righteous, like, you're not going to raise my baby. I'm not going to sit around while you raise my baby. And that's what made me decide I was going to step into motherhood. Clueless.
Yeah.
Just clueless. Clueless at 19, but by the grace of God, I made it through. Amazing young man, gifted, called, chosen, and I made the best decision. Yeah.
Was it difficult for you to date having a child so young?
Absolutely. And I think that's almost kind of how I got into the situation with my husband. We both grew up in the same church. His mom sat on the row behind my parents. He sat on the row behind, you know, he was like the star guy, football player. We grew up together. So then he likes me and I have this, you know, 6-7 month old baby. So, you know, parents are like, my mom is like, he love his mother. He's a good catch. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. And so I was kind of on the fence anyway, but I think a lot of times we put this pressure on young people to fix it. And so I think if I look back, I felt the pressure of fix your wrong, quote unquote. Now this young guy is looking at you, you got the baby, it's the perfect story, the guy in the church, the star athlete, the preacher's daughter get together. It's a match made in heaven. Yeah. And I think I was really trying to fix a wrong.
When did you discover that this may have been the wrong decision?
To be honest, I think on my honeymoon, here's a funny story. So let me tell you how churchy I was back then. Yeah. My honeymoon was on a church cruise. So
wait a minute. How is you can't get no drinks on no church cruise unless you put it in a Coke can and you walk around with a Coke can and you put it in there. Not that I've ever done it.
Listen, in that period of my life, you know, once you have messed up and the eye is on you, you want to do everything right.
Yeah.
So I was trying to do everything right. My parents had given me a beautiful wedding. I mean, it was
top princess tier.
Oh yeah, top tier. So when I got ready to get divorced, my dad was like, well, you know the agreement, you're supposed to pay me back. I was like, now, brother, we got to work out some time.
I need some time.
So we were on the cruise and, you know, let me say this. My ex-husband is also the father of my youngest son. And, we have grown to get an understanding with each other, and I'm grateful for the gift. So no shade to him, because I don't want nobody in the family calling me like, why you bust him out like that? But so we're on the honeymoon, church is there, and we're sitting at the table eating, and I'm like, who is that smacking? And my dad was like, that's your husband. And I was like, no.
More Love You More podcast after this.
Every day, people are forced to make impossible choices. Between their health and their household bills, prescription costs are out of control, but there is help.
The solution is RX Outreach. RX Outreach is the place for you. RX Outreach is a nonprofit pharmacy that's across the entire United States of America. No insurance needed, no hidden fees. So if the price of medication has been holding you back, baby, listen. Help is closer than you think. All you have to do is visit RX Outreach right now in hopes that you can get the prescriptions filled that you need. I want to encourage you to go now. Flat out.
Adversity tried to name you, but it doesn't get the final word. You're not what you've been through. You are what God brought you through. If your past has been whispering that you're stuck, hear me. You're not stuck. You're strengthened. And sis, victory is possible. It's time to step over adversity. Own your power, because God has more for you. So join me for She Rose League Conference 2026, April 29th through May 2nd, Houston, Texas. Go register right now at SheRoseLeague.com.
Now back to the Love You More podcast.
So we're on the honeymoon, church is there, and we're sitting at the table eating, and I'm like, who is that smacking? And my dad was like, that's your husband. And I was like, no. Because when you're dating and you're trying to get it right, most of the time you're in a cloud. You're not really, at 2021, I wasn't thinking about all that. Yeah. And I woke up on my honeymoon like, who is this dude? Yeah. We had such differences. And then over the years, we started just keeping people around us. And, everybody would live with us. Some of the teens in the church would live with us. It was always people around. So we didn't have to deal with that. We really weren't as compatible as we thought.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now we do 12 years knowing that the first day that this was going to be unique.
Yeah.
Why did you feel like you had to continuously trek down this road versus making a strong decision for yourself before 12 years in? Or was it just very difficult to make a strong decision for Dr. Hilliard? Like, how was it for you?
I mean, you can't say it was all bad times. I had a baby. So, we made it work. That was in the season 2 of Spiritual Encounter and Let's Get Real. I'm on the Word Network every Saturday, and ministry is moving at a fast pace. I mean, we've navigated a major car accident where I got thrown from a car. I mean, life is lifing. And so you're trying to figure it out and you're trying to make it work. And kind of closer about that 10th year, it was like, this ain't working for us. We had just built our dream home.
Wow.
And I was like, this is not it, And of course my father was like, use your faith. Use your faith. And so finally I was like, Dad, I've used my faith and I don't really like him. And I don't even know if he really likes me.
Use your faith.
But use your faith. And so situations happened and he left. And I kind of had this rule. I was like, are you leaving for a day? One day? Are you leaving for a couple days? What you doing? Because if you walk out that door, I don't really do revolving doors like that. So let me know what we're doing. And he left that day and he never came back.
What did that do to you as a woman?
Divorce is the hardest thing that you could ever go through. I will tell anybody. It may seem like it's easy. You cannot like each other and you still feel the separation.
Yes.
But I'm the better. I really am. I'm a better woman. I'm a better mother. I mean, I had to crack down. I had 2 boys that I'm now responsible solely for, really. And so just cracking down, still maintaining ministry, still maintaining, preaching every Sunday. And so I learned how to cry in the background and wipe your face and go out there and say, all right, God, you do the rest. And it toughened me. Yeah. But I was committed that I wasn't going to be bitter. I wanted it to make me better. And I found out that at the table, for one, is really where God meets you. Mm-hmm. That when you really look at certain situations in the Bible, that God will always pull someone outside of their situation. He'll meet them, minister to them, and then shift the trajectory of their life. And I felt like I was in that season where God met me at that table. He shaped me and really shifted the whole trajectory of my life.
That's so good. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Who taught you to cry in the background and still go up there and do what you have to do?
I've had a great mentor, my dad. And so I remember one service, we had a big fight. We had a big fight on the way to church. Mm-hmm. So, I'm a female, so I'm mad. I'm upset. So we had this big fight, and I get to church. Now, mind you, I'm on the pastoral staff. I'm doing youth ministry, and I go sit in the balcony of the church because I'm that upset. Yeah. And so I'm sitting up in the balcony, and my dad is like, why are you up there? I was like, because I don't want to be bothered with nobody. I just don't want to be bothered today. Yeah. And my dad was like, when people come, they don't care about your stuff. Deal with your stuff outside. Because when people come to hear you, they're coming to get hope. They're coming to get answers. They're not concerned about what you're going through. Don't bring that into this place. And so I learned how to do that I value the ministry moment, that even in some of the hardest seasons of my life, I just went through a really tough time. I understand people don't come for you to cry in front of them. They come to get answers to their situation. And an example of how do you navigate through when life throws you curveballs and it goes upside down.
I see that mostly with pastors and politicians. Yeah. Because I get an opportunity to sit in this seat, although very fun, very entertaining. I love the Lord, and I get an opportunity to sit with dignitaries and politicians and pastors, and I counsel and coach so many great men. And I ask them the same thing. Who told you that you had to do that? I think it's really amazing to muster the strength and the energy to show up for what you're called to do. But even Jesus pulled away in secluded areas and said, man, I'm finna take a break from you guys for a minute until I'm just as human as I am God. And I have to be able to take these moments. Have you ever seen somebody navigate the waters with the pressure that you had to deal with? Have you ever looked at somebody and said, I wish I would have did it that way? That seemed like that worked a little better.
I don't think so. Mm-hmm. I think you got to be careful in bleeding on people. Mm-hmm. That I think, that's the generational divide, because now social media, I'm going to be real. This is who I am. You're going to get every bit of me. And then we come from a previous generation that's like,
we don't tell nothing.
And so I think there has to be a happy medium so that you're not hurting in silence, but you get the answers. Yeah. You find places that are safe. I think sometimes people talk in places that aren't safe. So while it is your assignment, it may not be the place for you to bleed. Jesus didn't bleed with everybody.
But have you taken a break?
I do.
Okay, not to make it super deep, but I joke because it gets real deep.
Yeah.
But as I prayed for you on the treadmill today, I was like, even on break, she don't break.
I don't.
And I was like, I don't know her like that, God. That ain't even my place. But there's so much more revelation, not in the spiritual world, but there's entrepreneurship ventures that you have been like, I need to get to that. I need to get to that. But that only comes in a season of saying, I gotta rest. And I like your father because I love your father. I don't know him to like him because I've never really met and hung out. But could it be, just a question, could it be the example that you saw was a good example for him but you may have to trek a new road to say, hey man, we take 30, 40 days of rest every year.
Oh, absolutely. Like my Mondays are really non-negotiable.
Yeah.
So like my father enjoys work. When he's on vacation, he's writing. Still in his restructured life, he's still
working.
Oh, he loves it.
Yeah. I can't wait to meet you one day, man. I just ain't never met you. Shout out to you. You're a little bigger than me. I want no problem. Praise the Lord.
And so, he's 6'6".
Exactly. I heard. It's like Bishop Jakes. When I met him, he said, man, it's a pleasure to meet you. I said, all that stuff them people be talking about online, if they seen you in person, they wouldn't say, your neck big, you tall. He said, this boy's crazy.
He's a tall man from the hood of 5th Ward of Houston. Absolutely. Yeah. But I've discovered that his recipe and my recipe are not the same. Yeah. So my Mondays are non-negotiable. If I'm in just workout clothes on Monday, leave me alone. Okay. I have this thing with the staff. If the building is not on fire and somebody that is dear to my heart has not died, don't call me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good. It's like entertainment stuff. Do you ever like think about entertainment stuff, like writing stuff and all of that?
You know what, Willie Moore Jr., I did not come on. I really do enjoy writing, and I haven't done it as much as I should.
Yeah, that's the void guy showing me now that he's like, I've been tugging you to write screenplays, books, entertainment, different sectors. Like it'll have a faith-based undertone. Yeah. But it's really mainstream. Like, I love the position that you're in. I love what God is doing. I sit there and watch a plethora of messages with your 12 o'clocks and your prayers. And I even watch the women's stuff. And I'm sitting there so I just get into my spirit. Yeah. So when I take it to the treadmill, some people pray in the closet. I do that at 5. But when I get on that treadmill, God gives me revelation. I was like, okay, now God, what you want to do with this one? And he was like, okay, well, I need her to rest, right? I need her to find some time to rest. And then he showed me like entertainment, like scripts and stuff. And the unique part is that you have all the resources for it. It just doesn't make itself apparent until that part is done. And
you know what? I watched you do this on shows to other people. I didn't think you were going to do it to me, but I love it. I just said the other day, our family went through a really trying 2024, 2025. Okay. And that was a whole nother place of going through life in the public eye. And so I carry people on my back. I'm a protector. And so to show up for my family, to show up for my kids, to show up for my church was super important. I just said the other day, I was like, I need a break. So I'm working on it. I'm planning something right now to get a break. Yeah. But that writing is a joy of my heart that I have set on the shelf. That I take the critique. I take the charge.
Hey, well, listen, praise the Lord.
I love it.
You can't be talking to the pastor. Hey, let me tell you something. The bishops didn't get nothing from me. I was like, God, you ain't got nothing for the bishops? They was like, well, the bishop gonna give it all. And I learned a lot from the bishops because I had to see, because I know what God has me doing later in life. And it's just certain things. I'm just taking notes. Like I'm such a student of what you guys get the opportunity to do, right? Like to serve people, to lead people in such a capacity is always intriguing to me. I got to keep it real with you though, because your last name, Hilliard. Did anybody ever try to date you just because your last name?
No. I think people are scared of me. Like
scared of you?
Yeah, I think,
Pastor, let me tell you something. They not, hey, some cats ain't scared of you.
Because
KD, some of us ain't never scared, is it?
I've heard all of this stuff like, a woman in the kind of position that I'm in. I mean, like, I run a church is a church, but it's still a corporation. So I'm running a major corporation. Yeah. I've got 2 boys. I've got Reverend Hilliard. There are things like, oh, is she a man eater? Is she? And when people get to know me, they be like, you're nothing like I thought you were. Because I'm really just chill. Like, I'm just chill. But like, I had one guy that tried to go through my dad to date me, and I was like, bro, that is the wrong route to take. Like, I'm super, super private. Yeah. Like, I will date somebody, and The church will know probably once I get ready to get married.
So who are you when nobody's watching though?
Who am I when nobody's watching?
I heard workout clothes on Monday. Like, what is it like? Who are you outside of having to run this large church / corporation?
I'm just I like to have fun. I like to watch people have fun. So I like to create spaces where my friends can have fun. I'm not a big dancer, but I like to watch people have fun. I've created a home in my space where my kids and their friends can come over. Mm-hmm. But I really am chill. I
don't think you understand what I'm asking.
Who am I?
Like, what have you created
for me?
For you? Like, throughout this conversation, I've heard about dad. I've heard about friends. I've heard about them 2 boys, which you sacrificed your whole life for.
Oh, listen. But I just got the last one, graduated from college.
See,
hallelujah,
that's the time.
Praise the Lord.
That's time you light up.
Yeah.
But when I ask you, your eyes going left, right. It's like this whole circle of question marks.
This is funny. Well, because I do a lot of giving, and I think I'm almost 50. I'm 48.
Come on, don't play with it. Stay with it. Black don't crack, beige don't age, except in like the back of y'all feet.
Yeah.
That's where you can tell.
No, they still.
Yeah, if they don't moisturize them. That's the only time I can tell if a black woman 48 or 30.
Tell my feet.
Oh, baby, I'd be like, do this right here. And if they do that and that biscuit still sitting up there, I'll be like, yeah, baby, you done walked some miles, honey. Yes, you have.
So I'm almost 50.
You look great, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm really intentional about focusing on the parts of me. I love what I do. Mm-hmm. I love ministry. I love my women's ministry and She Rose League and all of that. So I don't get upset at the work, but I do find at this place of my life that I do have to put a little bit more intentionality on the things that Irishea likes to do and what I want to do, because I will prioritize everybody else before I prioritize me on some things, on most things. And I think that's my heart of being a giver. My heart is to see the people around me win. My heart is to see, it's a drive and a focus of, I want to see anybody connected to me win. And I consider if you win, I win, but there are these dreams and desires and things that I want to do that are on the back shelf that I'm now at a place of my life that I'm like, you can't keep sitting on it.
That's so real.
He's not going to allow you to keep sitting on those.
I say it's 2021. It's June. I remember I'm sitting in my condo in Midtown Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I'm in a pool full of tears. And I'm just like crying. I can't stop crying. 2020, I leave the marital home. I lie to my children and say, Daddy's gonna go rent a workspace, which is actually my condo that I'm about to leave, because I didn't know how to make this thing land with them, because we have this happy little family on the outside. But the truth is, it's chaos on it's chaos on the inside. And I remember sitting there, and then social media goes crazy. Of course, I have to be quiet. My team is like, we don't say nothing. There's 20,000 over there. It's 400,000 times millions over here. If you bring some light to it, it's over. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. So I'm sitting there. I feel like I have no voice. And then this guy is dying on the internet. Yeah. So they pull me off the internet. They run 12 months worth of rerun content. Luckily, I got all this stuff. So I don't really know what's going on online, with the exception of when I see my dear sister, Alice Prince, and I can see in her eyes, and I was like, hey, Alice. She was like, what? I said, it's pretty bad out there for your boy right now, ain't it? She was like, boss, just stay off of there, right? And so we're kind of laughing and we would joke about it. And then finally, I get so angry because I feel like I'm in this bubble and I can't be who I am right now. Like, I can't be as free as I want to be. And then I get mad. I'm like, God, what's up? Like, bro, like, I'm still serving you. Like, you got to calm this stuff down. Like, this is the way I talk to God. Y'all pray for me. And I'm like, God, you got to calm this stuff down. And then he poses this question. He says, is that you? And I was like, is that me? I'm like, I'm asking you for answers, and you ask them like they talking about me, and people ain't calling to help, and ain't nobody coming to my rescue. And then he said, is that you? It's been a year later.
Yeah.
And I fight with this question for a year and a half. It's like 2022. I move into a whole nother house, and now my life is starting to recalibrate, and things are starting to go good. And I keep hearing my spirit, is this you? And I begin to run because I like to run. And I was on mile number 3, and I slowed down because I know when God poses a question, it's not a question for him to answer that he don't know the answer for.
Right.
It's for me to discover what that means. And he said, is this you? I'm on the belt line. I get right over there by Ponce City Market in Atlanta, and I have to stop. Tears start flowing. And I said, that's not me. Is that you? It's not me. It's not me. That's not who I am. So whatever I was, that's just not me. You right, God, that's not me. So then I downloaded the app and I put Instagram back on my phone. I put Facebook back on my phone. And the same person that they made fun of, had things to say about, I laughed at him too because he wanted to be seen. He wanted to be known. He was very selfish. He was very prideful. And so that person died. And I let him go. And what I see in the body of Christ is that when we build these amazing mega structures of who we are, we have these great names across the earth. And God is like, I'm attempting to shed all this stuff out of you because I'm trying to build something else. And so when I came back and realized, and then I had to ask myself, well, who is this new guy?
Yeah.
And they said, what do you like to do? I was like, I like to work. I like to take, so I'm building bridge here.
Yeah.
Man, I like to see all my team good.
Yeah.
Cause I'm from the neighborhood. Like, don't tell me you grinding if your partner ain't shining. Like, you can't tell me you winning if your partner over there struggling, bro. Like, we don't roll that way, bro. Like, you can't be the only one with the big chunk jewelry. I still struggle with the Christianity new me and the guy who still get excited about the numbers on the street. I'm like, what y'all paying nowadays? You know, I'm that guy, right? And so I pull back, and then I literally had to go on a journey of discovery. Because if you ask me what I like, I'm like, I like going to work. And I was like, I don't like doing nothing else. I was like, well, I think I like cars.
Yeah.
And I think I think I like working out. And then my therapist was like, let's write a list of things that you think you may like. And I discovered I like comedy. And I started going into comedy clubs quietly, no videos. Mm-hmm. I would start my comedy stuff like, hey, any of y'all know Willie Moe Jr.? It'd be like 3 people in there. I'm like, put your phone down. We probably gonna cuss a little bit tonight. I don't need that to go viral. Everybody started laughing. I love it. And then I would find that. And I'm saying all that to build a bridge because at almost 50, like, I'm like, baby, it's time because God is preserving this for this big thing. And these people that you've equipped, they gonna find a way to take care of life and all of that.
They will.
They got to.
And you know what? Now, the more you talk, I'm like, you know, like you say, you love comedy. I love food.
You like food? You cook?
No.
Oh, you don't cook, hell.
But I am a foodie.
But you can make a good reservation.
I can make a great reservation.
Shallow.
Listen, if that's your requirement, just talk to me. Find somebody else. I don't cook at all.
Not even a little bit?
Not really.
What can you cook?
I can follow a recipe.
Eggs?
But no, I can cook eggs. Bacon. I have 2 boys, so I can cook, but I don't take pleasure in cooking. By the time you finish cooking, you tired, your legs hurt. I'm thinking about all the other things I could have did in that. And then you're not hungry. I want to enjoy the food. So I'm a foodie. I'm going to find a restaurant. I love a good crudo. I love an experience at a restaurant. It's amazing.
So we like going to do food. So what else Dr. Hilliard like?
I love fashion.
You do. Come on, put them shoes. You see them shoes? Don't play with her. She had 3 or 4 different outfits before she came in.
I love fashion.
So you like fashion?
I love fashion. I think what you said, though, in adversity, you really discover who you are.
Yeah.
And God uses those adverse moments to show you yourself.
Yeah.
While you're thinking like God showed everybody else, He uses that moment to really show you the real you. So I would flip that because not only do you find out that's not you, you find out too that you outlive what they say.
Yeah.
So I had to be anchored 2024, 2025, all kind of lies, all kind of things. You'll outlive it. You outlived everything else, so you'll outlive the negativity. But it's in those moments where he wants to put the mirror up for you to see yourself. And you start talking about your therapist.
Yeah.
That was the best decision I ever made.
Yeah.
Best decision I ever made. 2024, life is starting to shake. Family situations are happening. Our family is popping up on social media. I'm finding out stuff when the world is finding out. But before that, I had a moment and I was in my car and I called my best friend and I was like, I was angry. I was angry and I was like, I don't like this place. I was like, I don't like this version of me. I was like, I have to go to therapy and I've got to get some tools. And I started going to therapy every other week. Best decision I've made.
Yeah.
So do I love Jesus? Absolutely. But every other Friday,
Come on.
me and my therapist, we're going to have a good conversation.
A good time.
A good conversation.
I still own him too.
And he gets the unfiltered. He gets all the unfiltered version of how I feel. That is my place of outlet. But we also get the marching orders. And in that, I have discovered more about me. So I can say, no, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
So like last year, my parents got back together, did a vow. I threw them a vow renewal. And then that next Sunday after, I said, all right, I've done everything for you all. I love y'all. Now I'm going to focus on me. And that has been really my journey.
What lie hurt you the most through that season? Like what did you discover that still kind of like, I still got to get over that a little bit?
That I didn't honor both of my parents. And I've honored both of them. I've honored my mom and my dad. I think that was the one lie, the one that's the hardest, is because there's this narrative that I've dishonored. And that's so not the case. And I think the other one was that people want to classify you as a failure. And so you have to keep telling yourself, I haven't failed. Like, if I look at my resume, I haven't failed. I navigated a pandemic. No pastor. First of all, I'm a female pastor, single, a mega church, following a giant. Nothing about that is failure. I've raised 2 amazing boys. It's not failure. Has church changed? Yeah. But I navigated my church through a season. So I have to overcome this thing of you failed or you're failing because church doesn't look like what it looked like when my dad was the pastor. You know, my dad was the pastor. We number 4 on the largest churches in America. And, you know, I mean, it's the thing. I've also had my own successes, but people will take one glimpse of your life, one moment, and classify you as a failure. And so for me, that is the constant day by day. You're not failing. You're winning.
Yeah.
You're winning.
Who speaks into you outside of your own voice?
I have some amazing friends.
Yeah.
I have some amazing friends and confidants that are just rock solid. And to even be on my team, like, you know, you saw a couple people on my team, you know, there are people that God has strategically dropped in my life in seasons. So while, you know, my stylist, people think, oh, it's just about the clothes. There's a vulnerability and a transparency. And I mean, you can't be that close to somebody that you don't see each other's transparency and vulnerability. And then there are just some solid friends. One of my best friends, you know, her mom introduced me to her, and her brother used to play basketball. And that has been a tremendous outlet for me. You'll see us, when he was playing, you see us courtside at a Miami Heat game in a minute. Yeah. That was a part of our recipe of enjoying life. And so I have some great friends.
Yeah. That Miami Heat stadium, it's real quaint.
It's
Like,
quaint.
It's so quaint. Like,
The club in it is nice too.
Yeah, like right in there with the little chef in there is blessed. I took the boys in.
The club is nice.
Yeah, all that downstairs was really cool. And they got a chance to do it. But I do want to ask you this. With this responsibility that you have, and then the responsibility of now navigating getting the children off, and then like all of this great entertainment stuff that I see in my heart and my head for you. Like, babe, what you gonna do with all that? Like, I just want to know if we can maybe come up with like,
you gonna come up with a plan?
I'm like, yo, like, how do we navigate? Like, what would be the first step? Like, leaving this conversation, like, most people when they get finished, they be like, did I say too much about this? Did I do this? But I think for you, it'll be like, man, I really gotta. What would be the first step to get what I see over your head in this circle that's like really huge? Like, it navigates from LA and it goes from there to like, there's like inroads in LA. Like, how do we get that part? Like, how do we go to that? Like, how do we make time for that?
We just gotta do it.
We just got to do it. So is that like texting you 4 times a day and just be like, hey, did you do it? Because I'm one of them Christians who bug people.
Oh, you gonna do me that?
Oh, I bug people. I bug people to life. Promise you, I bug you if I see some purpose. Like, because I believe sometimes when I see it selfishly, this is the part of that gift that I know that ain't really God. I be like, because she might got a role for me, God. You know.
Listen, I may,
right.
and I believe on calling favors. But the reason why I say you just got to do it, that's like even this. You call me and you were like, hey, can you do this date? And I immediately was like, I got something going on. Yeah. And then the Holy Spirit just checked me and was like, girl, what do you have going on that you cannot just go do it? And I hit you back. I hit you back and I was like, I'm coming.
You did. And I was so grateful because I met you like in LA and like years ago.
That was right before Kobe.
Yep. Kobe came.
So I'm on my phone after Kobe passed trying to find the picture.
The picture in the video. Because I screamed like a little 11-year-old when he walked in. Because he came in from the screen.
Yeah.
He came. They was like, Kobe coming. So I'm looking down like, okay, cool. He gonna come that way. Kobe came from the screen. I was like, oh. And then, so that's where I met you. Yeah. And then, I just kind of watched it. And then I remember when you became pastor, I was like, dang, she bounced. Like, you like, not
it's
just
8 years.
Yes. 8 years.
8 years.
8 is the number of new beginnings. I think it's going to be a really dope new beginning. What does submission look like for you in 2026? Hey family, Willie Mo Jr. here. Listen, I had to interrupt this amazing interview to tell you about an opportunity that I believe is going to be beneficial to you, your family, and your destiny. It's called the Flat Out Family. Essentially, to those of you who know what it is, it's a Patreon community where you'll get the opportunity to see episodes just like this a day early. So you can go to the break room and tell everybody what it's about before they start talking about it in the break room, right? And then finally on Mondays, we have a financial segment that's gonna help you with your finances because I want to take your money to the next level. Tuesday, it's all about job opportunities for people like you who may have lost your job, and there's some digital opportunities where you can probably make a quick $30,000 right from the house, huh? On Wednesday, it's all about relationships. And of course, Thursday, it's about scholarships and money and making sure that our kids get the education that they need for as less money as possible. And Friday, I might just pop in there and do a live. What I'm telling you is you need to be a part of the Flat Out family. Go to flatoutfamily.com or click the little link in this bio and be a part of the community. I'm going to be in there with little clothes. You see these little pants? I'm going to wear them as much as possible in the Patreon. Flat Out. I think it's going to be a really dope new beginning. What does submission look like for you in 2026?
Submission?
Yeah. Can a woman of your stature submit? Like, I know you have to submit to Father, but what does submission in relationship look like to you?
Yeah, if you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. Just God said that. If you can tell me, I wish I could take that line from him, but if you can tell me what to do.
What does that mean?
If you can't tell me what to do if you don't have something of substance or value and you just got a hypothesis or, you just, and you have nothing substantial to validate, you just shooting in the dark. But if you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. Yeah. Like you telling me, there's writing in you. I know you pray for whoever comes on your set. I know you've got experience. I mean, we just watched the icebreaker with that's a whole scripted video shoot. So you can tell me what to do. So when Willie says, you need to get into screenwriting, and I see writing and books and LA and entertainment. Yeah. Okay, my antenna's up because you can tell me what to do.
Got it.
So if you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. And as great as I am in certain areas, I believe that God will connect you to the right people who have what you don't have. That's partnership. That's covenant. That's union. That I don't have it all. So I can submit to the parts that you have that I don't have, and I can submit with ease.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with submission. I've grown up watching submission. I've grown up watching honor. But you can't tell me what to do if you don't know what you're talking about. But if you know what you're talking about, and I believe you're sent in my life, you can tell me what to do. So I'll follow somebody.
I'll be honest with you. So you have Dave Meyer, who I've had the opportunity to see from a distance because I work with Joyce Meyer Ministries. Okay. And I would watch Dave, still strong man.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people think Dave was solid, don't play with me. Absolutely. Love golf, do his thing, handling his business. And I would watch like from a distance. She would only come to Dream Center like maybe once or twice a year. Like she had a campus pastor. Yeah. And so I would watch how Dave would just steward his wife. And like some men have to be in that position. So they may not necessarily have the answers for some of the bigger things, but they have the answers for you. Yeah. They like, no, we're not doing that today. Well, I want to. They walking off. He's like, I don't play like that. Yeah. I got to ask you this though. And I know we got to land y'all because I know the thing. What was like the worst like heartbreak for you? And then how did you navigate like heartbreak? So whether it's betrayal in ministry, whether it's relationship, like what was that thing that made you say, I'm going to be on my P's and Q's next time?
Ooh. Relationship wise, because I'm really private. So I dated somebody for like 4 years.
And I ain't told nobody.
And didn't tell anybody. My kids knew, but most people didn't know. And at the end of the 4 years, that person said, I told you I really wasn't meant for relationships. I just want to be your friend.
After 4 years?
After 4 years. I learned a valuable lesson in that because my heart was broken. Because if I'm for you, I'm for you. I'm good to people that are connected to me. That's just the nature of who I am. And so I was like, Lord, I've sacrificed. I've been in this relationship. And the Lord told me, just because you sacrifice there doesn't mean your return on investment comes from that place. And so I learned that no time is wasted, that I may have sown into that relationship. I've sacrificed into that relationship, but he does not determine my return on investment, that God would always give me a return on investment. And because I sacrificed, the return on investment had to come.
You ain't Jasmine Sullivan, did you?
Huh?
You didn't Jasmine Sullivan.
I'm not like that. I'm not going to jail for nobody.
Jasmine Sullivan means she not the way.
Yeah, I'm not busting nobody. I'm not even creeping up on you. I'm so chill that I don't need everyday interaction. I may need to talk to you on the phone every day.
So I wasn't going to put it out there like this, but we had a little conversation before time. So what does a great relationship look like for Dr. Hilliard?
We can hang out. We can have fun. We can do life.
We can be married.
Yes.
So but marriage is something? Or
marriage is something, but now you probably really finna get me in trouble. I believe in marriage.
Yeah.
I don't. We have a shared person, Love McPherson.
Yeah.
I believe in marriage, but I don't like the confinement or construction of that marriage has to be this way for you to have a good marriage.
Okay.
So I could literally be married to somebody and we don't live together 24/7. I know the saints gonna get me for that, but
I know people who do
commitment
that.
is commitment. And if I'm committed to you, I was telling my kids, because we were having this conversation, I was like, a ring doesn't determine the commitment.
Facts.
It's the heart's intent. I said, so somebody putting a ring on my finger doesn't guarantee that they're going to uphold the commitment that they make to me. It's the heart intent and the heart posture and the conviction that keeps them locked to me.
Yeah.
So I could be married, but it won't look like what people think.
Because you're used to your space.
I'm used to my space.
Yeah.
I don't expect them to come into my world because I believe that the person that God has for me is a giant in their own right, is a king in their own right. So they can't stop and become, I would smother the gifting on the inside of them to ask them to come and sit and be on the front row to appease the world, to appease my church, and it would smother what God has called them to do. So go do what God called you to do, and we're going to always find our way back to each other. And we're going to stay connected, and we got our commitment. And when it's time for us to come together, we come together, we have a good time, we go out to eat, we do all that. And you go back and do what you got to do. And then I'm going to go do what I got to do. But there's a connection that's not for people, but it's a connection for us.
That's good. Terry Crews, like his first person, like he has a condo downtown Los Angeles. That's where he does creative and his work. His wife is totally okay if he has to stay there for a while to finish the idea, if he has a role that he has to do. And totally committed, totally faithful, no craziness, loves his family, wear his ring, just stand-up guy. And people do it. And she go be great while I finish being great over here.
Yeah, New Light doesn't need a first man. And New Light's not going to get a first man.
New Light's first man.
Not happening.
You don't want to have a billboard on the highway with you and him with the big tie and you go like this and maybe not this cute makeup with the red blush.
No, absolutely not. My sister,
I see it. I'm just joking.
No, you don't. That's what I tell you. I be like, that ain't God. No, my sister and her husband, they've been married 24 years. They run our marriage ministry. They do an amazing job.
I watched them.
Yeah, they do an amazing job.
Yeah.
But that's not what I desire, and that's not what God is asking me to do.
Yeah.
And so I've navigated this space because who I marry is not for the church. He's to make sure I'm good so that I can step into my role with a clear head, clear mind, and knowing I can fulfill my assignment.
Well, I want to tell you I'm proud of you, and I had a really good time hanging out with you.
I did too.
You, listen, I don't know if you everybody's cup of tea, but you my cup of coffee. I'm going to let you know that. This is my type of, hey.
Come on.
Hey, that's my partner there. So here go the thing. I'm going to come down there to the church and visit y'all and see you.
You got to come.
Here's the thing. You know I like to put a really cool bow on it. Today seems very, very light and cool. I'm finding my flow. I think we need about 3-4 more days of this shoot. But let's put a bow on this thing. So I got an opportunity today to sit down with a young lady with so much grace, favor, and just really not really untapped potential, but just rediscovering the potential that God has for her outside of what the foundational call is. Here's the thing. As an entrepreneur, I want to give you just a little bit of systematic game that I have for everybody, but it ain't to be played with, it's to be stayed with. Come on, somebody, I'm talking to that talk today. But what I want you to do is I want you to discover what your trunk is, right? So we're looking at a tree. I want you to discover what your trunk is. Your trunk is your foundation. That's where your roots go down. And then I want to start putting branches on this thing, right? So what I seen in Doc is that she's built a really cool foundation, right? A newer foundation is good, but now it's like, okay, what branches are we gonna put on this thing? This is for anybody who's stuck right now. For me, for years, music was my trunk, and we had all of these roots in music. And I started putting touring, t-shirts, CDs back in the day, and I would build out this tree and I would stay true to that. And then in the middle of me thinking this thing about to blow up, God said, okay, cool, we're finna pull up this tree. You need to come over here to a new foundation. And I believe right now, many of you all are there, where you look at your life and you say, God, it gotta be more than this. And here's the thing, I'm not talking about somebody who's just emotional because life is boring, because the truth is, it is not what you think it is on social media. It's a lot of day in, day out, eating the same thing, schedules, practices, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm talking about those people right now just on the inside. You thinking to yourself, God, I feel that tug, but it's hard to like let this part go and then jump over this unknown bridge to get to this other side because I don't know exactly where my resources are going to come from. I don't know exactly who's going to support. And Lord forbid the people that I may lose because of the opportunities that I'm going for. If that's you, come on, put a number 1 in the chat. Feel it in your shot. Nah. I'm talking to you because I want you to find some comfort in the fact that those desires that you have on the inside of you didn't come from you. They didn't come from you. They have been strategically planted in you by a God who knows the untapped gifting and resources that he has on the other side of you stepping out on faith. And what does that look like? You say, Willie Moe Jr., well, I'm just going to quit my job and I'm about to start doing bacon. No, I'm not telling you that. Sometimes it's easier to step down before you step out. And what does step down look like? You start to delegate the tasks that no longer serve you in this season. You look at your check and you say, if you're making $100,000, you're making $8,333.33. You start saying, okay, cool, I'm gonna put $300 for an assistant, right? And then you take another $200 and you say, I'm gonna take this much for this, and you start pulling over that, and you start to take time for what God is challenging you to do. And then finally, I want you to connect with a whole deadline. By June of such and such year, I plan on being at this level so I can fly at this level. Right now, I'm in year 2 of this podcast. I gave it 3 years to be at a certain threshold. I gave myself enough runway that I don't put so much pressure on my foundation that I end up breaking the tree. I'm smart enough to give some runway. So now as I step out on faith, I got another tree over here that I done already put it on. Now I'm putting them branches on there. I'm bringing Doc in. I'm putting commercials on this thing. I'm telling everybody about it. I'm getting partnership. That didn't happen overnight, but it was some intentional time that I put in. And I slowly stepped down from one place so I could step out in another place. And to those of you that God say just step on out, you know you being disobedient. Just head on out there. God gonna catch you. Come on, somebody. Michael Jackson. You remember that video when every time he stepped, it lit up? That's what God gonna do for you. But for others, that's just some strategy that I want to give you. Very practical that you can do and really go out there and win on purpose. There's so much more purpose in you. You don't have to be in the same place at the same time next year with this type of information. You are gifted, you are smart, you are intelligent, you are loved, you're cared for, you're honored, you're trusted, you're faithful. You're going to do some really, really great things. I only have one request, that when you step out with this information, baby, and you go out there and win, don't forget about your old nephew, Willie Moe here. I love you to life. Don't forget to love yourself more.
Adversity tried to name you, but it doesn't get the final word. You're not what you've been through. You are what God brought you through. Own your power because God has more for you. So join me for She Rose League Conference 2026, April 29th through May 2nd, Houston, Texas. Go register right now at SheRoseLeague.com.
Flat out.
Love you more, love you more.